eMystery presents, a man rescued this blind and deaf kitten, and her transformation shows what TLC can do. Before we begin, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. Zeyad knew that something was wrong with Votchy the kitten. Her eye sockets were empty, so her blindness was obvious, but she also wasn't responding to noise. Indeed, Zeyad came to realize that Votchy's blindness wasn't her only disability. However, she would soon undergo a complete transformation. Today, Zeyad lives in Egypt with his cat, Votchy, but he wasn't always Votchy's human. In fact, she used to be a stray. Her story began when she was just a kitten, hiding out and struggling to survive. I found her when she was about 2 weeks old, Zeyad wrote on Reddit. She was living on my apartment building staircase. We have a load of cats that live in it. However, there was something noticeably different about Votchy. Though Votchy was several weeks old, it seemed that she hadn't opened her eyes. Zeyad suspected she was suffering from an eye infection. I opened her eye sockets to check, but there was nothing inside, he told Love Meow. That's when I knew that she was completely blind, Zeyad explained. Unfortunately, he couldn't adopt her at the time. In fact, he already had a cat living with him, and his home situation wasn't ideal. To make matters more complicated, Votchy wasn't eating properly. Her mother stopped breastfeeding her, and she barely ate, Zeyad said. The poor kitten was in danger of starvation because she couldn't find food. Zeyad started feeding Votchy every day, but he had to take a break when he went on vacation. Zeyad was only away for a week. However, he found a heartbreaking sight when he returned. Votchy was outside his apartment, and she was in a terrible state. With no one there to feed her, she had come close to death and didn't have the energy to move. I returned home to find her lying down on my doorstep, Zeyad recalled. She was just skin and bones, looking a lot dirtier than she was before. What's more, it looked like another cat had taken its anger out on the blind, defenseless cat. Until that point, Zeyad's family were unsure about getting a new cat. He said, "My family didn't need any more convincing after seeing that saddened sight, as I had been telling them how a blind stray cat wouldn't be able to survive on her own and how we needed to take her in." And so Zeyad began to nurse Votchy back to health. Initially, she was too weak to do anything for herself, and she had to be hand-fed. Zeyad stayed with her through it all and directed her to a litter box when she needed it. In time, Votchy grew stronger, but it was at this point that Zeyad realized that she had another problem. She didn't react when her name was called, nor did she respond to any other noises. She didn't seem to be startled by any loud, jarring noise, Zeyad said. "My other cat would immediately start running away if I started the vacuum or blender," Zeyad said. "Votchy gets startled super easily if someone touches her even slightly. When I snapped my fingers really loud next to her ears, she would not even flinch or react in the slightest." In view of this, it gradually became clear that Votchy was deaf. Neither of her disabilities seemed to stop her from getting the best out of life, though. In fact, she might even enjoy the little things even more. The sense of touch is one of the 3 senses she has left. So I'm sure she loves the sensation of being pet even more than normal cats, Zeyad explained on Reddit. Indeed, she loves to greet new people. What's more, Votchy's limitations don't stop her from navigating her surroundings. According to Zeyad, she got used to her new home far faster than he had anticipated. In fact, she was exploring the house with all the confidence of an able-bodied cat in no time at all. Zeyad told Love Meow, the more strength she regained, the more she started exploring everywhere. She even found a few favorite sleeping spots in tight spaces around the house. All the tender loving care did Votchy a lot of good too. You should see her now. Votchy has grown into a beautiful calico cat, with an endless supply of gratitude for her big-hearted hero. Zeyad explained on Reddit that now she's in good health and a little older. He no longer needs to do anything for her. Votchy does have one unusual habit though. The only disadvantage might be that she's a tad too loud, Zeyad said. She constantly meows for no reason, but I attribute that to her being deaf. Regardless, Votchy's human loves her all the same. It sure was some journey from barely being able to move to then being the most playful cat I've ever owned, Zeyad continued. But Votchy's adventures didn't end there. In fact, she'll soon be moving into a new home with her human. No doubt she'll adapt to her new surroundings quickly though. "Adopting Votchy was one of the better decisions in my life. I love her so much now," Zeyad wrote. "And she's living her life as any normal cat would, and absolutely loves a good petting." Thanks for watching another heartwarming video. Please check out our channel for more stories that will make your heart melt.